What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to today's video. First off, look behind me. You got to see them clouds look absolutely beautiful. They do. You really got to look at it like I'm looking at it. It looks like the stairway to heaven. Wow, man, it's got to be amazing to get in an airplane and just go fly through the clouds, right? Have you ever done that? I've done that a couple times, but not so much going through a rainstorm. That's a little bit different when the plane's going boom, 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 and you're like, oh boy, we're about to go down. Anyways, all right, video's not about airplane rides or the clouds. It's about this right here, the Chevy Cruze. So last week I did a review with the Fusion Titanium versus the Malibu Premier. Had a great time doing that video. Looked like some of y'all really enjoyed it. And we had one person on there say, hey Chad, could you do a review with the Cruze and the Ford Focus? I'm trying to get some of these videos in because Ford is basically put a time clock on and they're timing it down to basically the end days of the Fusion. It's going bye-bye. The Ford Focus is going bye-bye. And any other four-door sedan Ford offers is going bye-bye. So I'm going to be going bye-bye too on doing these videos of these cars because we're running out of time. So I'm getting them done now. And with that being said, we're going to hop in this gorgeous Chevy Cruze right here. We're going to run down to the Ford store real quick, go look at a Focus, put them up next to each other, and see some of the differences. Because there's got to be some things that are a little bit different about these two vehicles. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the party started right now. So this is your Chevy Cruze LT. I mean, we're going to just kind of briefly go around it, take a look at it, right? Good looking color, good looking car. Really pretty car. I mean, nice looking sporty front end, kind of aggressive. Got your projector light there, your LED running light. Got the little small, that's probably the tiniest little Chevy bow tie I think I've ever seen on a Chevrolet before. It's tiny, but it looks good, right? Anyways, you do got the alloy wheels on the Cruze. That's a plus. And it's an itty-bitty little alloy wheel too, coming in at 16 inches. Can you believe back in the day, cars had 14-inch rims? I had a Honda Accord back in like the early 90s. It came with 14-inch rims. You thought 16s were tiny. 14s are really tiny. Now it does got a pinstripe and got a sunroof up top and a little shark's fin back there. Nice earth tone color, right? Doesn't show as much dirt and rainwater and things like that. But again, good looking car. Backup camera right up under there. So not a bad looking car. Looks like this little Chevy Cruze four-door sedan is getting how many miles to the gallon? 40 on the highway, 30 city, average combined is 34. That's good fuel economy, folks. It really is out of a 1.4 liter turbo. Now here's another company right now that's just introduced their four-door vehicle, Volkswagen. Volkswagen's got a 1.4 liter turbo on their Jetta. And it's also getting 40 miles to the gallon. So think about that. I mean, Chevy got it right here on the Cruze. Now Volkswagen's doing that small little turbo engine on their Volkswagen Jetta. I will tell you though, that Volkswagen Jetta is a lot larger sedan than this Chevy Cruze here. So a lot of people have been complaining about that 1.4 liter turbo in the Jetta. And if that's not the biggest fly I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. I'm serious. Look at this thing. He's huge. Oh my Lord. The eyes on that thing. Get away. Holy mackerel. We see some weird insects out here in the country. All right, let's hop in the Cruze and just drive it up the road real quick and get some shots, and then we'll be right back. All right, so one thing we're noticing right off the get-go is the space inside the car. I mean, we got a lot of room in here. It's actually, it's really roomy. A lot of headroom up top. We got a sunroof. And the seats are actually pretty comfortable inside the Cruze. It really is. I mean, this is a pretty nice car. Now, I have seen people online that are saying, hey, we like the older body style Cruze more than this newer body style. I think I even had one person mention about, you know, most of the parts on this particular vehicle here, the 2018 Cruze, most of the parts on the car are from overseas, Mexico, and, you know, they're only assembled in America. So that's kind of interesting to me that they do it like that. But at the same time, you know, a lot of automotive companies do it like that. They build the cars in America and they use parts from overseas. So, I mean, technically, it's okay. It really is. It's not that going to be that big of a problem. The main thing, why are they using parts from overseas? They're trying to help you as the consumer save money. I mean, they got to get the prices of the cars down, and it seems like for some reason a lot of the time when they use parts that are built in America, it costs more, right? Parts from China or Korea and places like that seem to be cheaper, which helps keep the actual total price of the car down. Here's the thing though, would you rather pay more money for the car knowing that all the parts and everything was assembled right here in the United States of America, but you're gonna pay an extra $3? Okay, my battery died real quick on my camera. I had to get out and switch it out real quick. But what I was saying there, before I got so rudely interrupted by my camera battery, is that would you rather spend the extra money on a American vehicle with everything assembled and made in America, as in parts and everything, a couple thousand more, or would you rather, you know, have a vehicle where it's built in America, their production plant is in America, but you know, some of the parts are from overseas and it makes the price cheaper? You know, that's a good question to ask. Anyway, so another thing real quick is, unfortunately, I wasn't really paying attention to the time right now, and the manager from the Chevy store called me. He said, hey, he said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going down to the Ford store, do a review on the Cruze versus the Focus. He said, man, we close in 30 minutes. So I was like, oh. So anyways, we got to go back to the Chevy store and drop this car off because they closing at 7. For some reason, I thought they closed at 8. But, you know, out here in the country, sometimes they close a little earlier. So we're going to move as quick as we can. We're just going to kind of look at a Focus real quick, and I'll just kind of talk about some of the things on it. So let's switch the camera view around and take a peek out of Ford Focus. We will definitely come back and get a little more in-depth another day, and we'll pull both of them up with each other and really just drill it between the two cars. So again, that Cruze over there is an LT, sunroof and all. I don't have a Focus out here right now with sunroofs and all these things. I do got a SE. And the main thing is we're just kind of looking at the body styles, you know, because again, look at the little Focus there. Is it not cute? It has really kind of started to look like a Ford Fusion in the front. Look at the grille. That's like a Fusion. Headlights, all that stuff. I almost kind of thought that was a Fusion. There's another Focus. See, there's your Fusion. Check it out. Same type of look going on in the front. A little bit different, but for the most part about the same. We did a review on this vehicle about a week ago, a whole in-depth review, and you're definitely welcome to check that video out. You know, it was a good 15-minute Ford Focus video. But, you know, alloy wheels, nice looking tires, not a bad looking car. The Focus hasn't really changed a whole lot, you know, over the last few years, and it's just the same even with a Ford Explorer. They haven't changed a whole lot. Go back and look at a 2013 Explorer. Not much difference really from 2013 to 2018. The same with these Focuses. Not a whole lot has changed. I think what I like most about some of the Focuses is I'm not a big fan of the four-door sedan Focus. I like the hatchback version of the four-door. And then they got even the other hatchbacks like the ST and the RS, and you know, those things are really sporty. But that's just my preference. If I'm gonna buy a car like a Ford Focus, I want to get one that looks a little more sporty. This to me is kind of like your basic transportation vehicle getting around from A to B, maybe a fleet car or a rental vehicle, something like that. There's not a lot of wow factor with this vehicle. I think the only wow factor really is the fuel economy. 38 on the highway, 27 city for average combined of 31. But this has got a 1.0 liter EcoBoost. How about that? A 1.0 liter turbo that's still, this is insane, still not getting 40. Can you believe this? Now maybe you're getting 40 miles or plus to the gallon just testing out it yourself. and it's just not here on the window sticker. But for it to have 38 highway, 27 city, average combined 31 out of a 1.0 liter, that car's got a 1.4 turbo, still a small liter engine, that's getting 40. So that really kind of irks me a little bit. Again, though, a 1.0 liter, we will definitely be back to test drive these vehicles and do a little more in-depth review. We're going to have to test drive that car, because I want to see what a 1.0 liter turbo is going to even do. Now, when it comes down to price, this is an SE version here, alloys, you know, cloth interior. Again, no crazy bells and whistles, not even a sunroof, but you got a price tag of retail at $22,015, easy price $17,182. There's a $4,000 rebate there, $833 discount, 98. Oh my goodness, $4,800 in discounts. The Fusion's got $24,940. You know, Ford is taking all these cars and they're doing away with them. This is it. They're done. Focus is done. Fusion is done. Oh man, check this out here. Is that pretty? I'm on a roll now. Look at the chrome wheels. Let's see what package this has got. This is loaded up here. This has got to be a titanium. Oh, that's a platinum. We got a platinum in, folks. I'm excited. I will be back to do a review on a platinum very soon. There's a titanium. If you're gonna buy a Ford sedan, you need to roll in and get you a Fusion. I'm sorry. I mean, the Focus, I'm just starting to back away from it a little bit after seeing how gorgeous this car is. Now, look at that, $33,127, but that's one great deal. Now, if you're just looking for a basic vehicle to get around town in under 20 grand, the Focus is the way to go. But the Chevy could necessarily be the way to go. Look at it. That Cruze is looking pretty good. I will tell you that. I mean, my honest opinion right now, if I could pick a Focus over a Cruze, I'd be in the Cruze. It looks better. The styling is there. It's got a bigger engine. I mean, it looks more roomy. It's getting 40 miles to the gallon. I mean, it is a little more expensive, $24,469, 98 over. If they got any rebate, if they had $4,000 in rebates like Ford did, we'd be close to that price. But I personally like the Cruze better than the Focus. That's just my opinion, and I'm welcome to have my opinion. What I want y'all to do is go in the comment section and give me your opinion today. All right, everybody, we're going to roll back down to Chevy, and we'll be done here in just a minute. I mean, you could look inside this car. I'm telling you right now, it's got the painted going on here to match the outside, big screen, backup camera. I mean, it's a beautiful vehicle. This is really a nice car. I'm a fan of Ford. I love Ford vehicles. I think they're great vehicles. But again, I mean, this versus the Cruze versus the Focus, it's the Cruze all day long. I mean, such a nice car. Let's go ahead and test out how the ride is and a little bit of gas pedal. We got a lot of cars on the road. We're gonna roll that window down. Let's hit the gas down and see how this does. All right, let's go. Pretty good. It's very smooth. You don't feel any of this going on, like whoop, whoop, switching from gears. Almost feels like a CVT transmission. I don't know if it's got a CVT in it, but let's hit it down again. No, not a CVT. I mean, you can feel the switch from gear to gear, but it's very smooth, like I said earlier. It's a quiet motor. It's not very loud. Now, I drove a Volkswagen Jetta a couple days ago, 1.4 liter turbo. I will tell you, the Jetta felt more get up to it. It did. And the Jetta's a bigger car. So I don't know if that's just how Volkswagen has engineered their engine, but it did feel a little more torquey in a sense, or a little more horsepower. This, I'm not feeling it as much. Let's roll the window up and see how quiet it is on the inside. Okay, pretty quiet. A little bit of road noise, but it's normal. It's not over the top. Blind spots in here, not too bad. I mean, the windows are big. That's good. I like the sunroof up top. And I like the layout on the interior. I mean, I like all the buttons and how they're kind of got some silver finish chrome going around them. The screen looks good. This is a nice car, it really is. So, anyways, let's head on back down to the Chevy store and we'll talk a few more minutes here and then we're out. Alright, so we're ending out the day with the Chevy Cruze. We've had a great day of filming here at Marchant Chevy and Ravenel Ford. And before we end out, we'll just kind of get another quick look at this car. Not a bad looking car. You know, the Chevy Cruze has definitely came a long way, considering this is the second generation of the Cruze, I believe. But I like the body line. See how this kind of rolls through here and then it flattens out like that? That looks pretty sweet. You got big windows, window there, all through, okay? You know, so it's got a beautiful body, beautiful design on the Cruze. And look, the older version wasn't a bad version at all. People love it. So, I mean, it really just comes down to what you like. But a lot of times people get stuck in their ways and they like what they have. And they don't, sometimes people don't like change that much. But for the most part, beautiful car, not bad. It's definitely a better pick than buying a Ford Focus, okay? I mean, I can give you that much right now. Got a huge trunk back here, okay? I mean, look at, you got all that space. Back seats fold down. You can open this up. You got your spare tire. Your battery's in the back. So you got all that going on. You got carpeting up here. This all keeps that cabin nice and quiet. You got thick moldings. Now I know I didn't show all that on the Ford Focus down there because we didn't even get the keys to it. But I've been in them. I've done the reviews on them, and I can tell you, I know that the Focus versus the Cruze, you're gonna turn out having a lot better vehicle, the fit and finish. I think you're going to be a lot happier buying a Chevy Cruze versus the Focus. On top of that, you got to remember, Ford is discontinuing the Focus. It's done. After this year, Ford will not have a sedan anymore. Now, I don't know what that's going to do to resale value on the Focus, but it's done at this point. So, if you want to stick with Chevy, this is the way to go. All right, everybody, they're closing up shop as I told you. So, we will see you back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. I tell you, boy, they wanted to get me out of here quick. You know, hey, I get it, man. Long day at the dealership here. It's been slow. You know, technically today is the last day of the month in the car business for May. So the Ford store down there was busy. I mean, they had like 3 customers in there at the end of the day selling cars. But for some reason, our Chevy store is just not doing it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the brand or I don't know, you know. They say our Chevy store here is selling more new Chevys than ever before. I think it has to do with the used car inventory. You go down to the Ford store that we got and they have a bunch, I'm talking about a bunch of used cars. They got a used car manager down there and he is buying used cars and he's putting them on the lot. And then you come down to the Chevy store here and they have probably literally 20 used cars. It's almost like, you know, it's almost like it's not a new car dealership, or not a, it's almost like it's one of those little car lots off the dirt road, off the beaten path. I really don't get it. Why they don't have as many used cars down here. And hey, I mean, just between us, that's affecting my bottom line. You know, because this is how I make a living, is filming used cars. And it's unfortunate, you know, because this is one of the dealerships I've been with for a long time. And when they got a bunch of used cars on the lot and they're selling a bunch of used vehicles, they're, you know, it's helping me make a living, provide for my family. And anyways, there's really nothing I can do about that other than try my best to get them to sell more new cars so more used cars will come on the lot. Because the difference is, and I'm just ranting right now, but the difference we got going on is the Ford dealership down there, they sell a lot of new cars, which puts a lot of used cars on the lot, but they also go to the auctions and all that kind of thing and buy cars there to put on the lot. And it seems to be they're not really doing that here. And lease turn-ins, you know, when someone's done with a lease, the car comes back, we clean it up, certify it, put it on the lot. The Chevy store, they don't seem to be doing that. So it's really kind of sad. because even the sales guys inside, that's how they make a living, is selling used cars. So if they don't got a lot of them on the lot, I wonder what the sales guys do. I mean, they got to be getting hungry, right? I know I'm hungry. I want to make some money. It really is sad. I go down there and film 15 used cars a day at Ford, and I got 1 or 2 on the list for down here. But you know, that has nothing to do with the Chevy Cruze or the Ford Focus. But you know, sometimes I'm a vlogger. I like to share my life experiences with y'all, and you know, hopefully one day they'll have more used cars. But I mean, I'll show you right now while we're driving through the parking lot. There's where the used cars, it used to be, I mean, they got some used cars out there. I've filmed all of them, but it used to be where this lot was packed full of cars. I mean, it come all the way out to that first little line there where that grass, or that, anyways, there used to be a lot more cars out here. I mean, they would have to park the used cars all the way to the edge of the grass right there. Anyways, we got to do something about that. We need some used car inventory out here. We do. So if anybody's listening, please, let's get the pedal to the metal. Let's get some used cars on the lot. Let's sell some stuff. We in the car business here. I tell you, boy, I wonder why I'm not a car manager, right? I don't know why, but maybe that's why, because I just talk too much. All right, everybody, have a good one. As you saw at the Ford store, they got a bunch, I'm talking about a bunch, of Ford Fusions. I mean, just last week, they had like 4 of them. Now they have a whole line of them. So we are going to be filming that Platinum Ford Fusion soon. I'm excited about that. We'll see you soon, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Charleston Car videos. I'm your boy, Chad. We'll see you then.